H-1B visa. The H-1B is a special visa that allows foreign nationals to enter the United States to perform specialty occupations. A specialty occupation is one that requires, at minimum, a bachelor's degree or enough work experience that could be the equivalent of that degree. This work can be in, but is not limited to, any of the following fields: architecture, engineering, mathematics, physical sciences, social sciences, medicine, health, education, business, law, accounting, theology, and the arts. If the position requires a bachelor's degree, then you may be eligible for an H-1B. The work can be either full-time or part-time. Every year, there are 65,000 H-1B visas made available. An additional 20,000 H-1Bs exist for those with advanced degrees, master's, juris doctor, etc., from U.S. institutions. H-1B visas are valid for up to 3 years. Furthermore, 3-year extensions are available for a total validity period of 6 years. Those on an H-1B are eligible to bring their dependent spouse and children. These dependents would hold H-4 status. H-1B visa holders are eligible to change employers, but they must meet certain requirements. H-1B beneficiaries may also pursue permanent immigration status. This is because it is a dual intent visa. Benefits. The H-1B allows foreign nationals to perform specialty occupations in the United States. This allows highly qualified individuals to work and live in the U.S. This benefits both the beneficiaries and the U.S. economy. You can simultaneously pursue permanent resident status. The H-1B is a non-immigrant visa. However, you are not required to maintain a residence abroad. This means that while you are in H-1B status, you can apply for benefits that could lead to a green card without harming your visa. Your spouse and dependent children, who are under 21 and unmarried, are eligible for H-4 status. This means they can come to the United States with you. Those with H-4 status may attend school, but are not eligible to work, subject to certain exceptions. Additionally, those with H-4 status must be in the United States to join the principal worker. H-4 status will be revoked if the visa holders are in the US while the principal H-1B holder is usually absent abroad. H-1B visas have portability. This means that if you are on an H-1B and change employers, you can begin working for a different employer upon filing your new petition. Requirements. You must have a job offer from a US company. The employer must extend a bona fide job offer to the beneficiary. Additionally, there must be evidence to support the need for the beneficiary. There must be a valid employer-employee relationship. This is an important and mandatory condition. For valid employer-employee relationship, there must be employer control. Control is the ability of the petitioner to determine when, where, and how the beneficiary completes his or her duties. USCIS will deny a petition if the beneficiary will not be an employee or report to the petitioner. USCIS will examine the following factors to determine if there is a valid employer-employee relationship: if the petitioner supplies tools or other instruments to the beneficiary, if the petitioner can hire, pay, and fire the beneficiary, if the petitioner evaluates the beneficiary's work, if the petitioner provides any employee benefits to the beneficiary, and if the beneficiary appears on the petitioner's tax information. The job must be considered a specialty occupation position. The emphasis is not on the job title, but on the job duties of the individual applicant. Here, the job description will be carefully analyzed. This includes the specific tasks, demands, duties, and actual requirements of the position. Other factors to determine if the job is a specialty position would be the beneficiary's education and work experience, the nature of the petitioner's business, the industry standards, salary, both of the beneficiary and the industry standard, and the business size. The job must require a bachelor's or higher degree, or equivalent. The job must require a bachelor's degree or higher in a specific field of study related to the occupation. Not all foreign degrees titled bachelor's degree are equivalent to a U.S. institution's bachelor's degree. USCIS may require a credentials evaluation of your foreign transcript and degree. This can help provide evidence that you meet the H-1B bachelor's requirement. Exceptions. If you do not have the academic requirement standard for the job, you can still qualify for an H-1B. This can be done through a combination of education, training, and work experience. Here, a petitioner would need to demonstrate the previous experience is equivalent to the standard degree. Your previous work must include the theoretical and practical application of specialized knowledge. Evidence to support this can include recognition from leaders in your field, published material by or about you, evidence of licensure, evidence of significant contribution to the field, results from CLEP or PONSI, and/or membership in a professional association. The required experience depends on the degree traditionally used for the position. If the required degree for the position is a doctoral degree, you must have a doctorate. For example, if a master's or advanced degree is traditionally used, then a bachelor's degree with 5 degrees of experience in relevant positions may be considered equivalent. If a bachelor's degree is required, 3 years of relevant work experience may count for 1 year of education. Who files the petition? A company will file the petition on behalf of a foreign national who will receive the H-1B. The U.S. company is called the petitioner. The foreign national is called the beneficiary. A petitioner must have extended a job offer to the beneficiary, have a valid employer-employee relationship with the beneficiary, and have an Internal Revenue Service tax identification number. However, multiple companies in the same corporation family can submit a petition for the same beneficiary. Here, each entity must have their own federal employer identification number. Additionally, they must have their own legitimate need to hire that beneficiary. Process. The H-1B visa is a multi-step process. Apply for H-1B registration period. If selected in lottery, submit an H-1B application. Receive approval. If abroad, submit a visa application and begin work in the United States. H-1B visa documents. The documents you will need may vary based on your individual case. A detailed job description, a copy of the foreign national's resume, transcripts or certifications accompanied with credentials evaluation, if applicable, copies of training certificates with an outline of the curriculum, support letters from previous employers, if applicable, basic company information, biographic pages of passports for applicant and any dependents, a DOL job description, statements from professional associations, if applicable, job postings for similar positions, written contract or summary of oral agreement, federal tax returns, business plan, evidence that degree required is required for all people in that position, evidence of licensure, if applicable. Additionally, an H-1B is valid for a maximum of 6 years. The government will issue the initial approval for 3 years, and the petitioner can request an extension for up to 3 additional years. H-1B visa to green card. While on an H-1B, you can apply for permanent resident status. The H-1B visa is one of the most popular ways to allow foreigners to perform specialized occupations in the United States. Let our experience be your guide. Galler Law Firm.